Welcome back to another RX7 video. This is day 3 in a row of putting in solid work. Today's final goal is to do most of our fuel lines on the car. This right here is AN fitting pouring. Hope I don't get demonetized for that. Those who know how baller that is. I've never had a car that's like full AN fittings because it's just way too expensive. I actually opted out of doing this option on my 350, and if there's a car that probably should be full AN, probably should be my 350. It's about 95%, but this RX7, we're going full AN fittings. I have 20 feet of hose right here, and we hope to accomplish mounting these fuel pumps, which I gotta show you where these mount. It's absolutely gangster. We have the coils, which needs to get mounted, and then we also have this catch can that may or may not, this is the overflow, I think. Yeah, that I don't know if we'll get that. We need to polish that up and make it nice and pretty, which is
your boy got some scotch, bro.
That's what that is for. We also picked up all the proper tools, which I haven't had in the past. All the stuff for AN fitting wrenches. This is pretty cool too. Mickey was just showing me this. This is what you put in your vice grips, and they're magnetic on both sides. So when you put it on both sides of the vice, you're able to put like AN fittings in there, and it like doesn't scratch them, and it's more proper. So I'm pretty amped on that. These are some of the details that you didn't really see from PPRE when we were in New Zealand. I not only got the motor built from PPRE, but I got like the whole entire like car pretty much built by PPRE. And what I mean by that is coils, we have the overflow, the fuel pump / surge tank setup, and the exhaust. Because we're pushing such amount of high horsepower, you have to run aftermarket fuel pumps. And normally on my builds, I've only have to run like one fuel pump on my BRZ. Only on my 350Z was the first time I had to run this kind of setup. Is we have a surge tank, which pretty much acts as a, how would I explain it, Mick? It's almost like a reservoir of fuel. So you have your gas tank, and then you have like your surge tank. So we use the stock fuel pump on the gas tank to pump the fuel to this little reservoir right here, just to get it there. And then we have these two huge fuel pumps from DW, and this shoots the fuel to the motor. So no matter what, you always have the optimum pressure of fuel going to the car, utilizing 3 fuel pumps because this car just needs so much fuel. So it's pretty baller. So that actually just fits right on the back of the subframe, and it already is built and will fit snug because we had the donor car out in New Zealand that this was literally mocked up on the back of another RX7. So when we line this up, Mickey actually is already getting started on it, but look at the tabs. The tabs are perfect on the back of the subframe. You could literally refer to this as turnkey or plug and play type of deal. So it's pretty awesome.
PPRE actually, Gareth, the owner of PPRE, actually built this for his personal car. It worked so well that he actually started producing them, like mass producing them for customers. So it's a great little product.
So all we're gonna do today is mount this, put our AN fittings on, and start getting our fuel lines mapped out, and we're gonna make some real progress here pretty soon. There was a comment yesterday that was, when do you realistically think that this car will start? Now that's kind of a tricky question to ask because in theory, this like is only maybe like 5 days worth of work of like non-stop, but you're always gonna run into little mishaps. You're always gonna be like, oh crap, we need this tool, we can't find it, or we need this fitting and the shop's closed, so it kind of takes that a little bit. And then as you guys know, we have driving, we have the BRZ, we have a lot of other stuff going on. 1 to 2 weeks is what we're thinking. If it happens faster, it happens faster, but I don't think it would take longer than 2 weeks. But right now, my main goal and like my main like obsession at the moment, and I know Mickey can agree, is getting this thing to turn on. What we have to do from this point is get our fuel set up. We need to get our battery relocator set up. We need to finish the ECU and wiring and plug in our harnesses and make sure we're not missing any plugs or anything like that. And once that is done, technically we could go for our first startup. So you see what I mean? It's like, it's not like that much work, but that's so much easier said than done.
What is this, Teach?
Coil packs.
That's not a coil pack.
Different than the JZ, huh?
It's not a coil pack. That looks like it's what it is.
Calvin, they haven't seen you in the videos for the past 2 days.
I've been busy. I've been filming.
Well, they're gonna see it eventually. Calvin's filming a separate video while I'm filming these videos because we're testing things out.
We're going to Disneyland, and we need a video for that day, and I'm live streaming Disneyland.
So we're like double filming on certain days so that you guys can get non-stop quality content. And Calvin's filming a video on his 240 while me and Mickey are doing work on the RX7. So Calvin isn't dead, he's still here. And yeah, we're gonna be IRL streaming, or Calvin's gonna be IRL streaming
Disneyland.
Twitch. I'll link his Twitch down below.
We're going to IRL streaming at Disneyland.
So we're gonna be using a Scotch Brite, and we're gonna be cleaning up all of this so it doesn't look, you can kind of see here, see how it's like foggy and then shiny, and then when you scrub it down, you can kind of make it like a uniform color and have it not look as bunk. So that's what I'm gonna be working on. This should only take about 15 minutes or so, but the details matters.
Easy to clean that up.
The pudding is in the details, right?
So you guys just got a sneak peek of the shift knobs like 2 days ago. Now you guys are gonna see a sneak peek of a product that was literally designed and developed probably like 4 months. We did a collab piece with Sparco. So we have a Hunt Quarters steering wheel. Ooh, boy! I don't even know how many we got, but they're extremely limited. We now have our own Sparco steering wheel. Yo! Yo! Oh my God.
How's that feel in the hand?
Dude.
It turned out so good.
These are so nice.
People are gonna try.
I want one.
That's the wheel I put in
on my car.
Dude, that one's mine. I opened that one. How many did we order, Evan?
Not enough.
Dude.
Made in Italy.
Made in Italy. Check that one
China,
out, boys.
Not Taiwan.
Damn.
Sparco legit.
Dude.
Got your signature on there, boy. Got your signature.
That's pretty official, dude.
That's insane.
I'm gonna have to black that out when I get mine.
Dude, I love how the dish isn't super deep. I can still run this in my Z for sure. Also includes the world champion Sparco horn button. That's so legit, dude. You guys already know the first thing we gotta do is put this new wheel on. Everything else comes to a halt until this new wheel is on. Originally, I wanted to do this Alcantara that I have on my old wheel, but I thought that more people would be buying these steering wheels for a street car and not a dedicated track car. So because of that, I did the perforated leather because of that. This will handle daily use and daily oils on your hand a lot more than this wheel. If you guys notice, I always wear gloves when using this wheel just because, one, it actually like will burn your hand if you're drifting with it and it's like rubbing up on your skin. I have like burns in my hands, and two, it will get destroyed over time because it's actual Alcantara. So one other highlight about this is the diameter is actually a little bit smaller than this wheel. I actually prefer a smaller steering wheel. It kind of has more of like a race feel, and I don't know, for some odd reason I like it a lot more, and I think a lot of people will enjoy that as well. These aren't live yet. I'm not exactly sure as to when they will be live, but I will keep you guys updated. I'm gonna very roughly place where the wiring harness is gonna go. There's actually not as many plugs on here as there was on my 2J. To find where all those plugs went took probably like a whole day, and this is like kind of lightly routed, and obviously it comes from the back of the ECU. And the way PPRE had it is they had it running towards our driver's side, running behind the motor, which will get tucked back here. But like I said, I'm not gonna do like a hard wire tuck for everything quite yet, because we're just laying it all out and plugging in what we can. A lot of these wires we don't quite have yet, meaning like our fuel temps and water temps and all of these right here. Oh, that's from my coil packs, never mind. Don't know what those are. These go over here. As you can see, this is a learning experience. I'm kind of just going through all this stuff, and things that I know where they go, I'm putting them there, and when they don't, I ask Mickey. And if Mickey doesn't know, we call PPRE and ask him what the hell we're looking at. That's kind of what the process of all of this has been. Knock sensor, we don't have the plug on there yet. Put that up. So here we have air temp. I don't know where that sensor is.
I don't think we're using that.
This crank and cam, these are female leads, and both of the sensors on here are female leads as well. Those are both females.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
You gotta figure out which one's which.
That was a bad meme. If this is our secondary, could we assume that this is 3 and 4 and then 1 and 2 are down there?
Well, we shouldn't assume anything. And obviously this is a concoction that's made by PPRE, so they know. Primary, secondary, my guess would be 1, 2, 3, 4, but we don't know that for sure, so we will just confirm with them.
Did they provide a wiring diagram?
No. So they wired this all up at their shop in New Zealand. Obviously you saw it running. And everything's labeled, but on one end, just not the other. So we've got to kind of decipher which goes where.
All right, I found a pretty good explanation on the RX7 forums. According to the internet, cam is the sensor on the outside of the wheel, and crank is the one on the inside of the wheel.
So guess who had it right?
Lucky guess, Mick.
Hey, it's 50-50. Okay, so what they're trying to explain is this: when the engine's spinning, it's reading this pickup right here, these, and then there's another one here. See this one sticks up? The other sensor is reading that because it's on the outside. And see how this sensor is on the outside? These are essentially magnets in here.
Science.
Pretty cool stuff.
Or is that mechanics? I don't know, but either way, good learning things.
I like how precise everything is. This is a really cool setup. I mean, this is a factory deal, but everything's hidden, which is pretty cool too. Keeps a nice, tidy looking deal.
Well, I'm gonna just turn on the faucet here and let's get some, just wash my hands.
It's called the Squidward.
The Squidward. Also kind of looks like a dick.
Not when everything's in here. When everything's in here, you don't even really notice it. And I was wondering if maybe we should paint this black, but
Nah. I kind of like the aluminum and silverish look. The time has come to put our transmission back in the car. Oh, cool. That means we're going to have it show through the top and all the new shift boots and stuff we got are going to cover it. Sweet. I hope we don't have as hard as a time with this as we have had with all the BRZ transmissions. Something that you guys were completely not aware of that I didn't document just due to other things that I'm sure Mickey would like to do a little spiel about.
Installed the OS Geiken push-pull conversion on the transmission, which is required when you want to do basically use like a more extreme clutch. So basically what it does is activates via the throwout bearing here, and instead of pulling the transmission or the pressure plate, it's pushing it. Converts it over to
like flip-flops what the action does.
Action, yeah. Basically, it's just a pretty cool bit. I mean, this has all been custom machined and cast, so
it was expensive.
Yeah, it's like around $600 US for this conversion kit, but it allows you to run these sick like twin plate clutches and stuff like that. So, pretty pumped on that.
All right, we might be easier if we get the wastegate dump out of here. All right, there's only 2 of us here, so I'm gonna place the camera down and hopefully everything goes smooth.
Hopefully my old shoulders hold up.
Hopefully my
old hockey
young and tender, fatigued because I went to the gym this morning, shoulders hold up.
Yep. What the fuck? Gotta go down, dude.
Yep. Fail.
Yep. You good? Yep.
You can thread the starter in just for now.
No, this is hanging down at the
I know, that's what I'm saying. How do we hold that up?
Radial flex for the ultra tubular dimension.
Tubular.
Yeah. It's science, really. I mean, it's really beyond most understanding. This is the last transmission bolt going in right now, and then we also put in the starter and got those bolted in as well. We started initially with the idea that we were gonna do our fuel lines today, but we kind of got completely sidetracked with everything else. It was either or, really. We got a lot done today. So the transmission is in, the harness is laid out for the most part. Some things I don't think I caught on camera is we put the fuel regulator on. We found where we're gonna mount the flex fuel sensor and where the hoses are gonna run to that. We have the boost solenoid mounted on the side of the car, and we have all of these ready to be like plumbed to like the turbo, wastegate, blow off valve, all that stuff. But until we have those mounted in, those are gonna stay off to the side. Still got a lot to do, but that was a lot of progress in one day, and I'm super happy with that. I've been learning a ton of stuff about the RX7. That's one of my favorite things, and I'm really enjoying that. So I hope you guys are too. Peace out and keep moving forward.
And I'm feeling